All right, man. If that internet don't want to hold up, man, I'm finna get upset with her for real, for real. But, man, I'm back, man. It's Neff Knows Podcast. I'm Neff. That's it, man. I'm about fed up, though. I was about fed up. I was about to say, all right, I'm gone. But I ain't gonna do that, though. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Nephew again. Back in, back in full effect, man. Let's just get right into everything so we can go and get everything going and popping for the internet. Say I don't want to work no more. But let's talk a little. We're gonna start with a little college football. We're gonna veer off of it, and then we're gonna come back to it because my main topic is the big game this weekend, and it happened at 2:30 on CBS. But we gonna talk about that a little bit later on. Let's talk. I want to talk top 25. I really want to talk top 4. And I want to talk Clemson. I want to talk who's number 1 now and all that good stuff like that. So let's get right into it. First of all, this is what I say about the Clemson versus North Carolina game. Clemson might have overlooked North Carolina. That's a Mac Brown team. But Clemson is, you ask me, Clemson should still be number 1. It seems like the top 25 rankings is a popularity contest. And who shows out the most. So Clemson shows you that they can struggle, but they can still win. They also the defending national champions, and they can drop down one slot. Well, okay, Florida's undefeated, and Townsend moved the ball on them maybe 2 drives, but they put up a 0, but still Florida dropped in the rankings. What part of the game is it when you say all of these teams look good, still undefeated, and haven't lost a game, struggled a bit, but we'll drop them in the rankings just to push up, just to make somebody else feel like they should be in that direction of movement, if that makes any sense. I don't think we should have dropped Clemson down to 2. If we were going to move anybody, I think we should have moved. If we're going to move anybody, Auburn should have been a little bit higher. They should be a little bit higher than 7. If we're going to move anybody, up. Auburn should have been the one who moved up. Don't get me wrong. Bama looks good. Tua's on his way to a Heisman competitive situation with Jalen Hurts, but that defense looks shaky. That defense is also giving up major points. Ole Miss scored 30 points on them. South Carolina, they gave up 30 points to South Carolina, also gave up 400 yards in the air. They won the game convincingly, but the defense still looks shaky. Clemson, on the other hand, almost lost the game. Almost doesn't count as a win, though. So we dropped Clemson down in the rankings. What's good, BJ? Everybody, give me a like and a thumbs up, man. Share it to your groups and all that other stuff. If you're on Facebook, like and share to everybody. If you're on YouTube, like and comment and subscribe. If I put that together right, it's a little shaky because I'm really waiting on the computer to say, all right, bro, it's over with. You can't go no more. So I'm gonna go as long as I can go. Anyway, BJ said the Gators are on the clock. We are. Auburn is on the clock too. Don't forget that part. But like I said, me personally, I don't think we should have dropped Clemson in the rankings. I mean, that's Mac Brown at North Carolina. You know, it was gonna be a good game. So the first, this is my thing. The first time, what's up, Tino? Appreciate you coming through, man. Hit the like and the share button, and you on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Anyway, if we were gonna do, let's go to the rankings, and just a change from last week, we moved Alabama up one and dropped Clemson down one. Ohio State moved up one. LSU dropped down one. They didn't play a game last week either. Oklahoma stayed the same. Auburn stayed the same. We moved Wisconsin up 2. Notre Dame moved up 1. Florida dropped 2. Okay. So, I like I said, it's more like Clemson showed the world that, hey, right. I'm gonna get to that, BJ. Brady Jackson, I'm gonna get to your comment too. I'm gonna get to your comment. If I'm peeking, if that mic sounds a little distorted, let me know. Hit the like button, hit the shit, wave your hand in the comment box or something like that. But Clemson, okay. Clemson can't afford to fall anymore because of their schedule, because they don't really have a top 10, top 15 team they play against this year. So, right. But that's how it goes though. So I just like I said, if we were gonna drop them, dropping them to 2 is cool. But what if they go out and beat the next team that's not relevant, but they beat them to halfway to death, 100-0? Are we gonna move them back up to 1? We won't know a lot about Clemson, Alabama. They all off this week. They get to sit back and watch how the rankings go. So let me go to the comment box and get these questions out of there. So Brady Jackson from YouTube says Clemson crashed in on what they did last year, and Trevor Lawrence hype. Lawrence might be having a sophomore slump, and Dabo hasn't shown he's replaced what he lost from the team like the NFL juiced up. Okay. I get that. But it's also still early though. It's also still early. And you know what? Ohio State has not played nobody. And I think this Saturday, Justin Fields gets his real test. I think Michigan State's going to come out really, really excited to play. I think it's going to be a good game. I also think if Justin Fields gets on the roll, Ohio State wins by 10. But if Justin Fields comes out and he's, he sees something different, Michigan may be able to sneak it out of the back door. I don't think Justin Fields is going to have a Heisman game against Michigan State in that defense. Michigan State's also undefeated. That's Thanks, Willie Wonka. We appreciate the show. Y'all let me know if my audio came out of it. I had to mute the computer. So I be working too far. I think I got too much going on. Okay. He said BJ says don't respect Auburn. We don't let folks beat ranked teams. Okay. Before I get into that, okay, Ohio State hasn't played anybody, but they do look like the most complete team. Okay. You drop a rank when you don't even play. So, depending on who you is. And Kobe's reign as WWE champion ends tonight. Oh, okay. So we do got some WWE fans out there. I appreciate everybody. So let's continue that. My thing about Ohio State, Justin Fields, this is his first real competition tonight or Saturday night, excuse me. He has to show more than what Tua showed in order to move up in Heisman. You're not gonna get past Jalen Hurts. You got to get past Tua first. So in order for Justin Field has to see it and believe it. But I'm not taking Ohio State big. I'll take Ohio State maybe by 3 to 10 points against Michigan State. Michigan State gets to this same moment every year, and with all the hype, and when they finally play Ohio State or Michigan, Texas, they usually fall apart. That's usually how they do it. Let's go see what we got right there. Said, okay, another one. Don't defend Clemson. Trying to get it to roll down so I can see it. Come on, baby. Why you acting like that? Don't defend Clemson, bro. One question is gonna stop your show. If it had been Alabama escaping North Carolina off a stupid 2-point conversion play, they'd be claiming the end of saving air. Indeed. And every time, every time, and that's for Nick Saban. That's because they're the mighty roll tide. Don't get that part twisted. But if Alabama was Clemson in that situation, and everybody is old with Alabama finna fall. And honestly, if that would have been Alabama in that situation, they'd have failed more than one spot. They might have failed down to 4. And that's being honest. They might have failed down at least 4. Just because Alabama has been at the top of the mountain for the past 10 years. Clemson, they've been here, up and down, but Alabama has ran it. So if Alabama would have been that North Carolina situation, they probably fell down to 4. Indeed. But I mean, you got good games coming on this weekend, man, and it's more of the same, like cupcake season up and until you see something bigger or better, but let's talk about the fair pay to play act. He said, "Oh hell no." Indeed. What you got, Brian? You tell me what you got. I don't see. Like the comments coming from two different situations, so I had to catch it in another angle. So let's talk about and a lot of college football these days is more money being thrown around than anything. Okay. He says, exactly, so they want to be top dog. They got to act like the top dog, and people got to stop apologizing for it. Oh, no. I'm not apologizing for them at all. They fell to 2. Florida fell down 2 spots after a win, even though it was a cake team. But everybody else is playing cake teams. So, and I don't want to be biased on my show, but do I feel like we should have fell down 2 slots? No. Should we, if we go out to beat Auburn this week, should we move up? Yes. Should we move up to the top 5? No. But Clemson's off this week. Alabama's off this week. You get to see some of the other teams that's not really being tested, get tested this weekend. Georgia plays Tennessee this weekend. Tennessee just dismissed Jeremy Banks from what a video just came out about him and cussing out the police officer and all that other stuff. But we seen Georgia in a good game with Notre Dame, and Notre Dame plays this weekend. We seen Georgia play Notre Dame last weekend, and Georgia looked shaky. They didn't fall nor go up. They just stayed right there in the middle of the same. Won because they won. They played a notable team. So they play Tennessee this weekend. And let's just say they get in the same predicament as, let's say they get in the same predicament as Clemson had with North Carolina. Does Georgia drop in the rankings? Because Tennessee is clearly now the SEC's pushover. I mean, oh, they coming with them questions today, baby. I like that. He said, I'm gonna answer BJ's question first. Give me 1 second. If if Auburn beats Florida Saturday, where should they be ranked? At least in the top 5. At least in the top 5. But you won't go that high or in the top 4, because if you beat Florida, what did that prove? Florida's number 10. They're not number 4. They're not number 8. They're not number 9. They're just number 10. A team that's undefeated, who's played in some cake games, as everybody's saying, and they looked in the beginning with Felipe Franks, they looked it suspect. But when Felipe Franks went down, Florida's also leading their opponents in the 3 games that Felipe Franks, in the third quarter, and the 2 games that he has played there, beating their opposition 91-3. So it's going to be a good game. But if Auburn wins, they may shoot up to top 5. And I'm not going to go past 5. 5, 6, they're at 7. They might go 5 or 6. But in order for them to go up even higher, you wishing Michigan State to lose. Indeed. So let me get back to the rest of the questions. Cause we just gonna talk college football. If anything else we need to talk about, y'all let me know. So Brady Jackson says, if Trash comes out there and proves y'all are straight at the quarterback position and wins that game, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. Indeed. And I think the matchup with Auburn and Florida this year, this matchup, it is the exact mirror match. The difference in quarterback play is this. Auburn's got a true freshman quarterback. Kyle Trask has been there but has never started a game. He's played in games. Mop-up duty. What's mop-up duty? He also brought a Florida team that everybody says that's not worthy of top 10 material. He's also took Florida that was down 21-10 to Kentucky in the third quarter, and he took them to on a 19-0 drive to win a game. He also went out and beat Townsend. He also threw for 2 touchdowns, 300 yards against Tennessee, but they say who is Tennessee, right? Okay. Tennessee, that Florida's defense also only allowed 3 points in that 3-game stretch from the time Kyle Trask stepped foot on the field in the Kentucky game till right now. That defense only has allowed 3 points. And in cupcake games, you are looking to maul your opponent. Auburn can't say that because Tulane was in that game in the first quarter. Gotta do your history book now. Gotta get in your history books. Let's go. He says, Bama wouldn't have dropped. We've seen in the past where the AP defends Bama's lackluster games. Uh-oh. I like it. Let's see. If AU wins Saturday, they're number 1. AU should be number 1 just for the fame. Just for they played the biggest schedule in the SEC to this date. They've played the toughest competition to this date, but number one is kind of reaching. Let's say this. Let's look at this. Auburn versus Texas A&M. Is that when the committee comes together, is that win notable? Auburn versus Mississippi State. Is that win notable? The Oregon win, they were down. Oregon has never been known for defense. I also think Oregon coach stopped coaching, and they took their foot off the gas pedal. Congratulations to Auburn for beating Oregon. That's good. That's a notable win. You put Auburn's schedule up against any SEC team right now, they deserve to be number 1. But they didn't start in the predicament of them being number 1, right? So when the committee comes together, and if they win Saturday, just keep conversation if they win Saturday. Auburn goes and says, okay, they beat Florida Saturday. How far should they go up? Well, the Texas A&M win won't be notable because Kellen Mond is Kellen Mond, and it's not getting no better than that. Texas A&M has to have they have to win out. They have to win out this season to make that Auburn loss look better, if that makes any sense. He said, how many ranked teams we got to beat to be in the top 4? You got to win Iron Bowl. That's it. I mean, how many ranked teams you play after this weekend? You play Georgia. If you beat Georgia, you beat Florida this weekend, you move up to 5 at the most. You don't go past 5 because the number 1, number 2, and the number 1 and number 2 team don't play this weekend. You can't just say, okay, well, we beat the number 10 Florida by such points. We should jump from 7 to at least 4. That won't be right. And they're not gonna go towards that for that to be right. You might go to 5. Beating Florida this weekend, you'll move up to 5. If anything, 6, maybe, But you're not just gonna jump to the bridges, you know what I'm saying? So let me ask another. Let me see another one. I got another one up there. If I can get my bum. Said there will be 3 ranked teams, 2 top 10 wins, all wins on the road, best resume in the country. Exactly. The resume is they are building something in Auburn as we speak. Saturday they get to put another notch in the belt. Another notch. Another top 25 team on the road, winning their house and beat them on homecoming. That's going to bump them up, but you're not going to bump up to 4 unless Ohio State loses. That's the only way you jump to 4. 3, 2, and 1. 3 has to have a bad game, and that game's got to go to triple overtime with a score of 88 to 85. Somewhere in them situations, that's the only way you get to 3. You're not jump. Ohio State's got to lose for you to get that point. So 5 is like the highest you will make it. Your resume, you're putting together a great resume, and just keep winning. The polls mean nothing right now to be as exact. It's just some feel good that's gonna be on the TV screen when you say, "Oh, we're number 1 right now." Right, but when the committee comes together and it's time to put that thing to work like that, then y'all might be voted in at number 1. Yeah, indeed. And you're winning on the road, right? In this same sentence, look at what's above you. Even though, look at where the stats came from the top 25. It's a popularity contest. From 10 down, it's a toss-up. Everything is just being tossed up in the air. Oh, they looked good a couple of years ago, and they brought the dude right there. Dropped them in and left. Something like that. 10 down. And Florida's 10 down. Don't get me wrong, Florida's 10 down. Wisconsin went out there and beat the doors off Michigan 2 weeks ago, right? And then they came back and won another game. They moved up 2 slots, right? Jumped right in front of us, and we were at 9. And I say we because it's homecoming week, and I'm going to rep we. That's what I'm going to do. He said, okay. Tyler says, but that would be 2 ranked SEC wins for Auburn, right? Deserving of a top 5. Right. Top 5. Top 5. Exactly. 4, 3, 2, 1 won't be you. Beating Florida means you beat another ranked team on the road. Let's move them up 2 slots. They're not going to put you in front of Ohio State unless Ohio State loses. They're not going to put you in front of Georgia unless Tennessee goes out there and shows you, oh, my God, Georgia is suspect. That's how that goes. DQ, what's good, son? Okay, my bad, y'all. I'm working on your comments and all that good stuff. Brady J says, Difference between Clemson and Bama is the only thing we have to go on for Clemson is how much they beat the teams on the sorry schedule they have. Bama is always going to get their challenges right. Okay, get their challenges. Let's see what the next one says. She said, right now, Bama has to go through the number 5, number 7, number 25, and to make playoffs, the number 3 or the number 10, and that's just currently where they're ranked. Probably higher by the time they play the team. Whoever comes out of the SEC is going to have the resume. Clemson and nobody from the ACC can say the same. You're right. Indeed. The most important thing for this weekend is Bama gets to heal up. That's for the top 10 teams. It can't even go down further than that. For the top 10 teams, Bama has to heal up. They have to get better on defense. Clemson has to look at what happened. Clemson has to look at what happened. How did they fall apart? What can they do to get better? Ohio State, Georgia, they got to win. Ohio State and Georgia, they got to win. They just got to win. Georgia has to go out there and punish Tennessee. But Georgia also has played Notre Dame. They played a ranked team. I mean, in the games the cupcake games, they impressed. And when they played Notre Dame, it was a good game. It's always been a good game. They impressed. So it's right now it's just win and stay relevant. Stay relevant and win. Otherwise, because you lose a game, people are gonna turn their cheek the other way. Okay, well they was talking this and they was doing that, but it's more the same. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's just more the same right now. So, DQ's a little set. Shout out to him. I guess we can talk Florida and Auburn. Let's get it out of the way. He said, right. I think most. He said exactly. Honestly, to me, the only team that needs to worry about those rankings is Clemson, because they won't have the resume to bail them out if they look bad. They're the only team that has to worry about the eyeball test. Everybody else is going to get their chance. You're right, and you're right, because everybody's schedule will play out for itself. So, and it's a lot of talk about top 10. We'll just say the top 10 as of right now, because anything from 11 down, you're going to have to really step out there in the open and just be 100%. But let's say Auburn loses this weekend. Well, what does that do for Florida? Because I think the most you've heard through the media on ESPN, Fox South, and Facebook Live, and groups on Facebook Live, everybody has just counted Florida out of the game. Counted Florida out of it. To what degree is Florida out of it? The question is, to what has Auburn showed that Florida hasn't showed? They opened up out of conference, neutral site, same as Auburn. They win that game with a shaky quarterback. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Felipe Franks is a decent quarterback. He's decent, but he's at his peak. This is it. It's time to move on, move left to whatever you're going to or whatnot. So we're saying everybody's picked Auburn to win. They're favored by 3 to 5 points, some blah 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 bull, whatever. But and they're saying, okay, we win. Auburn wins the game. We go straight to number 1. We go straight to number 4. We go straight to number 2. So what if Florida wins? Which direction do they go? And I think that's the most important part of the conversation is which way do they go? So in Florida's defense, because I'm the only defense they seem like they got. Because I think a lot of Florida fans have tucked their tail and ran to the back. I'm not buying it. But in Florida's defense, we look better than Auburn. We got experienced wide receivers. We got a fifth-year senior quarterback. Our defense is elite. So I asked, he said, as a Florida fan, does the swamp help? Yes. 91,000? Book it. Everybody, it's homecoming week. The last time Florida lost a homecoming game, it was to Vandy. 6-9 was the score, So mostly what I'm saying is the swamp, the atmosphere, it's also hot in Florida, regardless. It's hot. Seriously hot. So they said Florida can't run the ball. Okay. Florida's offensive line is very young and inexperienced. Auburn's offensive line is the same way. So it's like I said, to me it's a mirror game. And I can't pick a winner because they both to me look like top 10, top 5 quality teams. And we can't dwell on last year. Don't get me wrong, we can't dwell on last year. But Kentucky last year competed with Georgia for the SEC East. They lost, but they still competed. They also ran through Mississippi State too, and they've been good teams this year. So, like I said, if Mississippi State, when have they beat a top 25 team? When the last time Mississippi State beat a top 25 team? You can't name that. That's why I said it's a lot of conversations out saying that Auburn is this and Auburn is that. Auburn is in a good predicament right now, and they're building a resume. But Auburn had that one game where they showed fight, and that's the Oregon game. The rest of the games, they've been toss-ups. And you're still at that point where toss-ups are good, but you have to be better at what you do every game. It's not going to be a walkthrough. It definitely won't be a walkthrough. The battle is Gus versus Mullen, and who can protect their quarterback best against those D lines. Exactly. And that's the name of the game, protecting that quarterback. If that quarterback is off the ground and Trash only's been sacked. I think he's been sacked maybe three times. And I think all of them came. The one sack came from Tennessee, where the turnover came in at. That's it. It's gonna be a good game, a good mirror game. It's gonna be like back and forth, side to side type situation. So it should be a good game. But I'm gonna give two scores, and this is where I wrap up at. I'm going to give two scores. My first score is Auburn 24, Florida 21. Florida 31, Auburn 17. He said, okay, yeah, cool. So, yeah, that's pretty much I pretty much think that's how they're gonna go. Like, the reason I gave two scores, because Auburn looks good, Florida looks good too, and I know Florida. I know Florida football. I've watched Auburn football this year. They look good. They look like a top 8 team. I wouldn't go no higher than that. I wouldn't go no lower than that. Because The Oregon win is notable, but the rest of the wins are questionable. And the season will play out, and a lot more questions to be answered after Saturday. But that's my show. This is the Neff Knows podcast. I appreciate everybody who came through and gave me an eyeball and gave me some comments and some likes and all that good stuff, and I appreciate it. Signing off, Neff Knows podcast. I will see you next Friday at 5. Later.